Hello, my name is Meg and I am the social media and marketing manager here at LitPins&Co, and if you're watching this video, hopefully you're aware that we have just released our Lockwood&Co Legacy Edition set. And somehow, despite having been working on these books for over a year now, I have never read or even watched Lockwood. Hannah and Jamie have been absolutely amazing and managed to shield me from most of the spoilers, so I feel like I know various things but completely out of context, and mostly from like seeing the overlay art and the artwork on the books and in the end pages. But honestly, beyond the general vibes and who the characters are, I feel like I still know next to nothing about this series. So as part of our LitPins&Co book club, join me as I read The Screaming Staircase for the very first time. I'm going to document my reading experience here, update you all on my thoughts as I go through the book, and honestly I am just so excited to get stuck in. I've been looking forward to reading this book for ages, but I wanted to wait until I had our editions here. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So I just read part one of The Screaming Staircase. Seeing as this book is split into parts, I think I'm going to give you little talky updates at the end of each part. But yeah, so far I am really enjoying this. I liked the fact that we were kind of like straight into some action. I thought it was a really like fun and quite atmospheric way to start the book, so it did get me hooked from the very beginning. I really love the way this book is getting that like creepy yet cozy autumnal atmosphere, which I am just enjoying so much, and I am really liking the characters so far. I feel like we haven't seen that much of George yet, but Lucy and Lockwood I really like. Overall, I'm just really enjoying this. I'm very excited to keep reading. I have quite a lot of questions about the world. I'm a sucker for good world building, so I'm really intrigued to learn more about like the ghost classifications and the way that works in this world. But yeah, so far so good, and I am excited to read more, and I will keep you updated. So I just finished reading part two of The Screaming Staircase, in which we go back in time a little bit to learn more about Lucy's life before joining Lockwood and her process of becoming a part of the agency. I really enjoyed this section of the book. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was already enjoying the book, but I think I mentioned in the last vlog clip that I had a lot of questions and I wanted to know more about the world, and I feel like this section did a really good job of explaining the problem as they call it, and just helped me get to grips a little bit more with what's going on with this world and with all the ghosts. And this section also solidified for me that I already really like Lucy as a character. I thought her backstory was really interesting and a very valuable look at her personality and also her talent, which I'm really intrigued to see how that plays into the rest of the book. And I really enjoyed meeting Lockwood and George through Lucy's perspective when she was younger, so I like that we were introduced to them in the last section and now we get to meet them as she did. I thought the interview was really interesting, and I am honestly just so attached to this found family dynamic which is already forming between the three of them. Obviously I know this is a 5-book series, so I'm confident that the found family will just continue to develop and grow, which I am so excited for because found family is one of my favourite tropes ever. So yeah, I am absolutely loving this book so far. I am so excited to continue to read more, to get back into the case that they're dealing with in this book. I said it in the last section as well, but the atmosphere and the vibes of this book is just so cozy and just so exactly what I want at this time of year. So I truly cannot wait to keep reading this book and to continue with the rest of the series. I'm already so excited. So yeah, I will be back when I have finished section 3 and I will update you on my thoughts. So, part 3 of The Screaming Staircase. Safe to say things are not going too well for the Lockwood&Co gang. I do not trust Fairfax at all. So for everyone who has read the book and is wondering where part 3 is, basically we got some more information on the Annabelle Ward case. Lucy and Lockwood set fire to a house and as a result are significantly struggling money-wise, and Fairfax has just come in offering to pay off their debts if they spend a night in the house to try and figure out what's going on. No, I don't buy that. There's something shady going on here. But yeah, I am still really enjoying this book. I am probably going to get started on part 4 like immediately, because I am definitely hooked. I feel like we've got fully into the action now, and we're really getting to see more of how the team work together in a case. And yeah, I'm very intrigued to see where this goes next, because as I said, I don't trust Fairfax, and I feel like that's going to be what the majority of the rest of the book centres around. But yes, still very much enjoying this, and I cannot wait to keep reading. Hello again. So I have now actually finished reading The Screaming Staircase. I know I said I was going to update you at the end of each section, and that was the plan, but then I went away this last weekend and I finished the book whilst I was there, so I didn't really have an opportunity to film. But also I literally didn't put the book down between finishing section 4 and reading section 5 because I was just so hooked and so in it. Conclusion, safe to say I really loved this. I thought the parts 4 and 5 were so well crafted and satisfyingly put together. I loved the way that the case all came together. I found it really interesting to read about. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't read the book, but also if you haven't read the book, in general, our reading vlogs are probably gonna have spoilers in them. Heads up. I was right about Fairfax. I mean, I know it was pretty obvious, but I was right. Let the record show. And I really enjoyed how the case with the screaming staircase in the Red Room all fit into the Annabelle Ward plot. I think it was all just done really well, and I found it so engaging and gripping to read. Obviously Lockwood as a series is like middle grade / young YA, and I read mostly adult books, so I was a little bit afraid of whether or not I'd be fully engaged and fully gripped by this series, but I needn't have worried. I really loved this. I just had such a good time reading it. I'm still really loving these characters. Hannah and Jamie have assured me that George is treated a bit better in later books, which I'm happy about, because I really like him. And Lucy and Lockwood, of course, I love them. Lucy is still my favourite character. I just think she's really cool. One thing that I'm very intrigued about, having finished the book, is the ending with the skull, because I have to say I was quite surprised by the lack of the skull, because obviously, as I said, I've been working on these books for over a year now, and one of the first things I remember being told about Lockwood&Co is there's a skull. And obviously the skull features on our sprayed edges, which look like this, and we also sell a sticker sheet which is entirely dedicated to the skull. So I was quite surprised when I picked up this book, and he's mentioned a few times, but he doesn't feel like a character in his own right yet. But obviously at the end of the book he started speaking to Lucy, and I am very intrigued. Thinking about it now, I definitely should have guessed that would be the case, considering book 2 is called The Whispering Skull. But anyways, I'm really looking forward to reading the next book, because as I said, I had such a good time with this. I think I spoke about it in one of these past little clips, but I love found family, and the found family at the end of this, I mean all the way through the book, but especially at the end, now that like George and Lucy have warmed up to each other a bit more, I'm really loving it. And yeah, overall I am so glad that I finally picked this book up. It was so good. I really enjoyed it, and I really can't wait to read the next 4 books. I am so confident that I will love them just as much. But having said that, I am so glad that I waited to read these books with art editions, not only because they're stunning, I mean admittedly maybe I'm biased, but they're stunning, but also because our special editions have some exclusive LitPins&Co content, which is so exciting. So I have also now read the short story The Dagger in the Desk. I really enjoyed that. I just really liked seeing another like insight into life at the agency. And then it also has the Gallery of Ghosts, which I really enjoy. I don't know if that's in the normal editions. I don't have anything to compare it to, but I really liked seeing the artwork. I think it's so cool. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me as I embarked on this adventure of reading Lockwood for the first time. Safe to say there is a new Lockwood fan. I'm so excited to read the rest of the books and binge the TV show, and then be distraught that the TV show was cancelled forever. If you've also been reading or rereading as part of our LitPins&Co book club, then I really hope you've enjoyed it. And speaking of our book clubs, we are actually interviewing Jonathan Stroud, who is of course the author of this wonderful book, on Saturday the 6th of December at 6 p.m. GMT. I'm hoping this video will go out before then. Jamie, our founder, and I are going to be chatting to Jonathan about all things Lockwood, and there'll be a chance for you to ask him questions as well, of course. So it would be amazing to see plenty of you come along there. The live stream will be streamed simultaneously on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. There was mention of Twitch. I don't know if we've got that sorted, but definitely the first three. And if seeing this video has made you interested in picking up your own set of our Lockwood&Co Legacy Editions, the whole set looks like this. These are currently not on our site as we catch up on orders, because your support has honestly just blown us away. But also only 3 of our team can actually get to the warehouse on a regular basis to pack orders. So we've been shipping in batches. Then we had some issues with Royal Mail, so we've just decided to take the sets off of the website temporarily so we can catch up on all the existing orders, but they will be back in January, so never fear, you will be able to get your hands on one. We are so proud of these books, and we really hope that all of you who've got a set or who are planning to pick up a set love them just as much as we do. But yeah, I think that's everything from me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my nonsensical ramblings, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.